Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum to everyone.
Max Blessed Holloway. 5 reasons why you should love Max Blessed Hiker Holloway. Let's begin with the first reason. But before we get to that, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I would highly appreciate that. Click the button below, subscribe button, also the like button maybe. Let's go, champ. So for the first reason, Max Holloway's heart/humanity. Max Holloway is one of the nicest guys that exist on the whole UFC roster. He knows when to be mean and when to be nice. I don't think there's one guy that he ever fought in his life that didn't like him afterwards. I mean, Yair Rodriguez is kind of a friend of him now, weirdly. Arnold Allen wanted to hang out with him after the fight or train together and stuff. Like Conor, who normally doesn't like his older opponents, now likes Holloway. Holloway's the type of guy that people just like. Also, you should love him. But he's such a good human being. You can see it on his Instagram with his family and stuff. He seems to be a family man. And to give you one specific example, after the fight with Dustin Poirier, where he got beat up badly. He lost that fight and got really beat up by Dustin Poirier. Beat up. Rewatch the fight. That was a bad beating. Normally, if you get beat up, you're in a bad mood. You're not in a good mood. You're not trying to help your opponent in any way, shape or form after that. Especially it was for the title. It was for the lightweight title. It wasn't just a normal fight. It was a title fight. But Max Holloway is different. After the fight with Dustin, he came to Dustin and gave him his gloves, fight gloves, with a signature of him on both gloves for Dustin Poirier's the Good Fight Foundation. Dustin Poirier, short form, has a foundation that supports, poor children, poverty, whatever, in his Arkansas, God damn it, where this is from, Louisiana. In Louisiana, and Holloway, from himself, Dustin didn't ask him for that. Holloway from himself came, hey, I heard you have that foundation. Here, take my gloves, signed it. Just sell it for the Good Fight Foundation. What a nice human being you have to be to do that. That's insane. Don't forget he got beat up in a title fight. That's just crazy, man. Holloway is just such a good human being. That's why you should love him. Second reason why you should love Max Blessed Holloway is his attitude. Max will fight whoever, whenever. There's so many guys in the industry that claim claim to say, I fight whoever, whenever, doesn't matter, I fight in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I fight this guy, I fight everybody. But then backstage, they're when they get the contract, they're nah, I don't want to fight this guy, no, let's fight someone else, an easier fight.
I know he is afraid of a smack.
Go through Max Holloway's resume. He fought the who's who of the featherweight division. Max Holloway never backed down. Max Holloway took a fight with Khabib on, I think, 2 days or even less notice. Can you imagine that? Just taking a fight against Khabib, 1 weight class above. He fought everybody. Also now, now Holloway is not in a position that he has to fight everybody anymore. He just beat Arnold Allen. You know who he wants to fight now? Korean Zombie. You know why? Because he's the only guy in the top 5 that he hasn't fought yet. How crazy do you have to be? He has nothing to gain if he fights the Korean Zombie. Nothing.
Is he awesome?
Max is that type of guy. Max will fight anybody, everywhere, anytime. And that's something that you should love. And to come to the third point is his spirit. Max is always in a energetic mood. Okay, of course, everybody has some times where they're interviews where they're not 100% the most energetic guy. But Max always brings the heat. I am the heat, brother.
I am the heat, brother.
Max brings the heat. You can always bet, if you see a Max Holloway fight week, that you will be spoiled with amazing content and amazing energy, especially when it comes close to the fight, official weigh-ins and stuff. All these events, press conference, he always brings the heat, and especially inside the octagon. What brings us to our fourth point, why you should love Max Blessed Holloway. Max always brings it in the fight. Tell me one boring Max Holloway fight. I cannot name one. Even if people say, hey, look, Max hasn't been finishing people recently. By the way, Max had a huge finishing streak back in the day, was on a 13-fight winning streak. Max, even though he goes to decision so often, he fights 5 rounds, these are 5 rounds of pure excitement. Is there one Max Holloway fight that you wouldn't rewatch? I mean, every single Max Holloway fight I would rewatch. Think about Calvin Kattar, Max Holloway. That is the performance of the century. The heat that he brought in this fight. The stuff that he does during the fight, like Max Holloway also never backs down from a brawl. Always, if one of the fighters, especially the last 10 seconds, like with Arnold Allen, decides to brawl, he's in for it. He's like, okay, let's go. Or watch Ricardo Lamas against Max Holloway, one of the most iconic fights as well from him, where he pointed in the middle of the octagon and then they brawled. Or against Dustin Poirier, when Dustin Poirier stood up from his corner, like in the middle of in between rounds, you have 1 minute in your corner, right? And like after, I don't know, 40 seconds or something, Dustin Poirier stood up and was like ready. Max looked at him, saw him standing up, was like, all right, brother, pushed his cornerman away, spit on the ground, stood up and said, let's go, let's go. Max is that type of guy. Max is insane. He always delivers excitement. He's always in for exciting fights, and that's why you should freaking love Max Blast Holloway. Reason number 5 why you should love Max Blast Holloway. Max is just such a funny dude. Like unintentionally, intentionally, during fight week, off fight week, on his Instagram, on his YouTube, wherever, he's just such a funny dude. Like if you remember the hiking series of him, where also the nickname Max Hiker Holloway comes from.
Max Hiker Holloway here.
You just laugh the whole time while you watch it. Even if it doesn't really matter what kind of sense of humor do you have. He just always makes you laugh. Or just watch the video of him like going on a flight with these like Navy pilots or something. This guy is just a guy that lost life and kind of sends that happiness over to you while you watch content of him. He's the type of guy that always makes his friends and everybody around him laugh, or when he pranks his wife and stuff. Like Max is that type of guy to just make everybody in the room laugh. And that's why you should love Max Blast Holloway. Do you have other reasons why we should love Max Blast Holloway? Write in the comments, guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, guys, that you can be as loved as Max Holloway. Eat your vegetables. Until next time, guys, bye-bye. Blood sport out.
Eat your vegetables.